I think also I'd like to invest in again, now the studio of the pod. I think we look cool like in the studio.
Yeah, let's we're 1 week in.
But I think as far as dreaming big goes,
yeah,
I think having a specific studio for the podcast. I mean, it's cool that it's in our studio.
Yeah.
But just maybe
I'm sure it might be a little...
Maybe this is good enough.
Yeah, that's wow.
Mm-hmm.
I think...
Yeah, therapy's over.
You heard it here first. Alex's first time saying this is good enough ever in his life.
Listen, being satisfied with good enough is failure.
Okay, Gary V.
This is, no great things were ever made when someone said this is good enough. I thought you wanted to be great, Kevin.
I don't think I ever said that.
Fucking perfect, Kevin.
Yeah.
That's the fucking intro. That's
sure.
That's it.
Yeah. Apparently.
Yeah, get Rihanna in the background. You ready?
Yeah.
Should we start the show? 3, 2, 1. Kevin. Wow, I'm loud in my headphones today.
Yeah.
Almost just blew my own ears out.
You're at 10, dude.
Damn, I bring it.
Do you want me to turn you down a little bit?
No, keep me up. Fucking, let's rock.
Maybe I'll turn you down a smidge.
No,
10.
Nah.
You want to be 10'd up?
Don't smidge me.
Oh, I wouldn't dream of it.
How are you, Kevin?
I'm good. How are you?
I love this hat.
What hat?
The hat you're wearing. People can see we're on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, work sucks. I'm going skiing. It's a fucking iconic hat.
It's my mantra.
That's
what I'm trying to be great at.
Yeah, skiing. I know you're fucking daredevil on the slopes. You going this weekend, right?
Yeah, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I don't know if I'm like cool with sharing my future location on the podcast.
Oh yeah.
On YouTube.
People are gonna show up
But I guess if you're at Stowe, then let me know.
You just said you're not cool with giving out your location, and then immediately gave out where you're gonna be.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
I said
know.
you were generally going skiing.
Yeah, I mean, if there's
anywhere.
I don't know if there's any pod listeners there. I mean, just hit me up. I'm down to hang.
Yeah, Kevin's doing sick shit. Like last weekend, monster trucks.
Oh yeah.
How was that?
Monster Trucks was unbelievable.
Yeah,
it was pretty good. I'll be honest, like
it's unbelievable. That's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been unbelievable. We went to like the Sunday matinee.
Was this fucking Broadway?
Yeah, it started at like 1.
I mean, it's for kids, right? It's not like a.
It's for people of all ages. Alex.
Yeah, but I would imagine a lot of families there. No?
Yeah, a ton of families, especially on the Sunday afternoon show. Next time, I would do it a little differently. I would go. I don't know if they do it in MSG. I doubt they would, but that'd be awesome.
Where was this?
It was at UBS Arena.
Is that the new Nassau Coliseum?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a pretty nice arena. I liked it.
Long Island represent.
Yeah, went to Long Island.
Got some bagels.
Yeah, I went to Utopia Bagels first. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
Best bagel I've ever had.
I'm jealous because I watched his eater video on YouTube. It has like 4 million plays, and it's just about this bagel shop. And I almost went and.
I learned about it.
We're right on the same.
I learned about it from Action Bronson's "Fuck That's Delicious" series.
Yeah,
he went there, and it was fantastic endeavor to watch that. But the bagels were great. You know, it's always a good bagel when your cream cheese is all melty and you didn't get it toasted, steamy, hard shell.
Oh,
hard. Not a hard shell, but like
crispy. Yeah,
crispy and then soft in the middle.
I love those videos where they show the bagels coming straight out of the oven and they open them up and you can see the steam rising and they kind of smack them and it's got the crispness. It's
that was the vibe. Those bagels were fucking sick. Ate too many bagels, so I was a little like carved out for the monster truck rally. A little low energy.
We boozing?
No, I've been telling you this. I gave up the booze. I mean, not like permanently.
Dry January?
No. Taking a break from the booze.
I respect it.
But I'm very much on the za. And I'm talking about Zaza.
Wow. Okay. Well, Kevin, I applaud this. I think, booze is for the birds.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really something I want applause for.
Yeah.
I think it's just a thing I'm doing, and
Hell
I don't think it's like it's not. I'm not a hero for this. For other things, sure, but to not ingest alcohol is not a heroic thing for me to do.
Yeah.
For other people, sure.
Why do you feel like you need to tell everyone every day about it then?
I'm
just kidding.
I'm not telling anybody.
No, I know. You don't bring it up.
The only jokes I'm making is off the booze on the za.
Which is a great bit.
Because we're smoking the Zaza.
Yeah, I got it, Kevin. Yeah, thank you. I watched The Menu this weekend. You haven't seen it?
I haven't seen it, no.
You should watch it. I think you'd enjoy it. HBO Max. wild movie about sort of like high-end dining, and then takes a pretty cool twist towards murder. Sorry for the spoiler alert there.
I've actually changed my entire life, Alex. I'm
off the content.
I'm off the content, off the visual content, on the reading, which I guess is also visual.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Your boys reading because I'm fucking smart.
I didn't know you could do that.
I'm wicked smart.
Wow. And you're from Boston now.
Yeah.
Sick. What are you reading?
Kitchen Confidential.
Oh, I just read this.
Yeah, it's good.
I influenced you.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Rob influenced
100%. I influenced Rob. Then I indirectly influenced it. Okay.
No, my friend got the book, and she's in a book club, and she wasn't reading it yet, so she gave it to me, and there's a little bit of fire under my ass because I have to give it back.
Got it. It's good though, right?
Yeah, it's great. I read like 50 pages last night, which is
salute this man.
First time I did that since in a long ass time.
Reading is good.
Yeah,
kids out there,
I feel fucking smart.
I recommend it. You're off the booze. You're reading.
I'm going to the gym too.
Oh my God, Kevin! What's
3 days in a row, baby?
3 days in a row.
Yeah,
Kevin, I love this for you.
Yeah,
this is great.
I'm on my health shit,
dude. And you're gonna go skiing. Skiing's a good workout.
Yeah,
dude, this is great. I need to jump on the Kevin workout plan.
I don't have a plan. I'm
still on the content and the shitty food, so I got it. And the booze. No, I have been boozing a little bit more than I would like, to be honest. I'm at this place in my life where I'm old, and literally I can't even have like 3 drinks without feeling like total ass the next day. It sucks.
Lightweight.
So, no, it's true. It's like not that, it's not worth it. So I think it's funny. I had this thought actually this weekend where it was like all these people in like their later 30s, whatever, they kick the booze or they get rid of it, and they're just like, then they sort of masquerade as heroes. Yeah. And it's like, no, actually your body just kind of naturally says like, stop doing this to me, stop poisoning me. And so like, yeah, it's honorable and it's something that you should be proud of, but like your body in some ways is kind of dictating that this is not something to be enjoyed.
Cue in There Goes My Hero by Foo Fighters.
So I'm still on the content, the menu, Milf Manor. Watch fucking...
Is Milf Manor out?
It is out, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Do you know the concept?
Yeah, we talked about it yesterday.
Shit, I was going to explain it to you again on the show.
Well, I guess there's no need for that.
Okay, cool. I watch the Grammys. I watch like 8 hours of the Grammys.
Can we talk about...
You want to talk about Milf Manor?
Let's talk about the MILFs.
Okay, so single women between 40 and 60 are on a sort of dating show. They are looking for men in their 20s, and they're staying in sort of a retreat in Mexico. That's a pretty wild concept for a show. The twist is that the 20-something men's are actually the fucking women's children, which is absolutely unhinged, beyond uncomfortable, like incest moments. It's so
but like
it's
not,
so crazy.
Not actually, right?
No, but like things moms should not say to their kids, and things kids should not say to their moms.
Yeah, I saw some clips on Twitter, and I was cringed out, but also extremely intrigued.
Yeah. It takes a lot to get sort of like shock and awe from a reality show these days. TLC is the ones who they find a way.
Yeah, TLC's in their bag with the fucking shock and awe reality shows.
I wonder what they turned down pitch wise. What did they see that they're like, oh, this is too far, we can't do this?
Tip of the cap to them. Like, they're really trying to compete with the new forms of content by really just giving us some shit that we can't look away from.
Yeah, this is unbelievably unhinged, and I'm here for it.
I feel like this would have been a solid show without the final twist of them being related, but that twist makes it all the more better.
Yeah, I think the fact that the kids are there with the moms, and the moms are like, and the kids are trying to date each other, and then the kids are there to see it, is what makes it beyond insane.
Yeah.
Grammys, we shouldn't really cover the Grammys too much other than say the show is too long. It's just way too long. I watched some like red carpet stuff because I like to see the fits. And then between the red carpet and the actual show, it's just like, God damn, I was fucking there for like, 6 to 8 hours.
They post the fits online.
I do, but I kind of like when they arrive and then they talk about them. I like culture, Kevin. I'm hand up. That's on me.
Culture head.
I like to see what's going on. But it didn't. It was a bad show. It felt like forever. Everyone's waiting for the Beyonce moment, and then they give it to Harry Styles. It's like, who cares?
Where was that one guy who ran up? He should have run up on stage and took the mic from Harry Styles.
Oh, our one man meaning Kanye? Yeah.
The one man that.
Yeah, could have saved that show. Yeah, no, it's funny. He's been a little bit out of the cultural conversation.
Well, yeah, we haven't been talking about him.
Well, I think
it's good.
I think he went away, and I think he's conscious of his ability to sort of jump in at any time. And I think he is taking a little break. Probably for the best for all of us.
Well, that's good.
I actually saw a video the other day of him, like he was just like walking up and down the street, like kind of looking stressed.
That's tight, dude.
Yeah, sick.
That's a sick video.
I'm so glad.
Can you send me that?
I'm so glad I brought that to the pod.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome.
I know.
Maybe we'll add it on the video video portion of the show.
It's just a video of Kanye on his phone walking stressed, and someone goes, "Is that Kanye? Kanye." That's Kanye.
Hold
That's
up.
the video.
I'm gonna let you finish, but I thought Steve Lacy was the best dressed at the Grammys. He looked really good. Also, Shania Twain.
Damn.
I thought those two were best in show.
I did think Shania Twain looked kind of cool with that crazy
she
cow
balled
outfit.
out.
She also seems to have not aged in the last like 30 years, which
good for her.
Whatever she's doing, good for her. Yeah, Steve Lacy looked cool as hell. I'm okay if I never hear it again.
What
bad
song?
habit. I bite my tongue. It's a bad habit.
Oh yeah. It's like a Target song now.
I've hit the maximum amount of times I can hear it. I think. Great song, but
great artist.
And Steve Lacy, I agree, look cool as hell, and is cool as hell.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I don't understand why people are getting all mad about some like dumbass academy giving these awards out. And they do the same thing year after year after year. So
fall for it every year.
Be like me. Don't watch that shit.
Yeah. No, I respect it. There's something about it, and I just when it's coming up, I'm like, oh, the Grammys or something. I'm excited, and then I watch it. I'm like, this is awful. Why am I watching this?
Oh, somebody need their Grammy?
I like it. I like cultural conversation. I like when everyone's watching or talking about the same thing on Twitter. I will say that is the one thing that I think was interesting from a sort of like algorithm perspective. We've been talking about Twitter and sort of their new sort of For You page and stuff. It didn't feel like my page was talking about the Grammys quite as much.
Probably because people weren't really talking about the Grammys.
I guess
people don't really watch them.
You know what people are talking about, Kevin?
What?
Blanding.
Blanding?
It's dead.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Blanding. First story of the day comes from hypebeast.com.
You know it's good when it comes from Hypebeast.
It's because it's a fashion story, Kevin. And it's also a design story. And it's the thing that I think design Twitter is talking about the most right now, which we love, which is a new logo for fashion house Burberry. And, for the past few years, it felt like design had sort of become what people call bland. Personally, I fucking hate the word bland. I hate when people bring it up. I think it's lazy, but it's a all-encompassing word for flat, minimal, and then on the logo front, like sans serif word marks. I think everyone knows the meme where you see the sort of like 4 fashion houses and sort of the updated branding that they did in sort of like 2018, I guess, right? It was like 5 years ago. And so Burberry was like front and center on that meme.
Wow.
It was Saint Laurent, Balenciaga, Burberry, Berluti, and Balmain. Those are like the 5 fashion houses, and they all kind of went for bold, sans serif, all caps logos. And that meme became like, I would say like the poster child for quote unquote blending. And so when Burberry announced that they were going to be changing their logo and introducing a minimal serif logo, people took notice. And so this is a new archive-inspired serif look.
Love an archive.
Yeah, it's inspired by a 1901 logo. And it also kind of comes with an equestrian knight design, which is like a symbol. And it has the word prosum, meaning forwards, on it. And so basically, what isn't really a huge move, because of its sort of meme-ness, I think that's why this has become such a big story. And I dig it. Like, I think it feels more classic. It feels also more modern. And I just think this is a move away from blending in sort of a world where I think design is moving towards more personality, more fun, more funkiness. And I think this is, because of its placement on that meme, is sort of, I guess it's a signal to the world that we're ready to move past the minimalist, simple logos.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they added a couple bumps in the type, and then that's like personality. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe so, maybe not. I don't really give a fuck about Burberry. My fat ass thought Burberry was a cereal before today, so this is news to me.
Yeah, so Burberry is a British brand. And so Riccardo Tisci was the original or the last creative director, famous for Watch the Throne work with Kanye. And then so Daniel Lee is the new sort of creative director. And so they've been kind of putting in a new strategy and to, kind of put Burberry back into its sort of, more of its tradition. It's funny, like I was actually on Fifth Avenue kind of walking
Flex
in Manhattan, New York City this weekend. And I went into a couple of these like very fancy fashion stores and they're all the same. They all kind of have these like expensive clothes that you can't afford and like overly branded logo stuff, and they all have the same logo pattern, and they all have a crest, and then they all have a handbag, and it's like they all have the same kind.
They all got to do it on a horse.
Yeah, they got to do it on a horse. Yeah, just kind of it all melts together a little bit for me. I think it's interesting that like Burberry is kind of taking a step towards being British, which I guess is like a core part of their brand,
isn't it?
Bloke core, I guess, is a thing.
Yeah,
where, like,
TM.
People like dress up like, soccer players and wear sambas and stuff like that.
Rip cigs.
Rip cigs and drink pints at the pub.
I'm kind of a bloke myself.
Yeah, dude. I it is a cool vibe. Like I'm totally there for it. And so I think it's like kind of bringing some of that energy back. And then there's like a campaign, they have Skepta and they got soccer stars and they got sort of like youth culture, British people. All of this I'm here for. Like, honestly, I don't think anyone would really be talking about it if it wasn't for the meme, which I think is really kind of what is making the conversation kind of happen.
In my humble meme opinion, I think that meme is a little it's a little mid.
It's just an icon of that moment, which is people saying all these logos are looking the same and all these brands are kind of moving away from fun and character and moving towards simplicity. That kind of ruled the design world for maybe 10 years. So I think we've been talking about this. We've been covering this, and design it needs personality.
I don't know what to tell you, boss. We live in a simulation.
We do live in a simulation, and the pendulum is swinging back towards fun in design. And I think if it means a little extra serifs to the type and
a couple bumps,
a couple bumps. Yeah, they went back to the archives, which is a classic move. I feel like if you're working on a brand that's been around for this long, 100-something years, you got to go back to the archives. You got to look at the logos from the past and be like, which one of these can we reimagine? And so I think they picked a good one.
Yeah, leaning into bloke core with a couple bumps. Salute.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll see you there.
Yeah. And listen, you get Skepta and you get some cool British people, and I think it's going to be a success. I think the one thing will be interesting for me is like, do the clothes take a new direction? Like, because I think it's funny when these fashion houses like make these new identity sort of work, and then all of a sudden it's like the clothes are exactly the same.
Yeah.
So
trying to make the fashion house a fashion home.
I think it's interesting. I think it'll be more interesting to see if other brands take this lead and then kind of like, go back to some of their old logos and do some more funky stuff, which I think
that'd be cool if the meme corrected itself and then like
yes.
all the brands that are on the original meme just do this pretty much exact same thing. They just add slight serifs and little bumps in the type.
We should make the meme where it's like what the next brands should do, and they should.
You're telling me to design multiple logos for
That's right.
fashion houses.
Yep.
I think I'll pass.
Cool. Speaking of fashion, MSCHF, one of our favorite companies on the earth. It's because they come out with things every week that I think move the needle and they're fun to talk about. And they're back, and they're continuing their move towards fashion and wearable stuff. This is MSCHF's Big Red Boots.
The Big Red Boots.
So this is their latest drop. It is literally a pair of Big Red Boots. They kind of are inspired by Dora the Explorer's boots or Astro Boy's boots. And so if you could picture them, they're just giant and red, and they look incredibly comical.
They look like almost every single action figure boot.
Yeah.
It's cool.
And I think this is what I expect from MSCHF. When they started doing sneakers, I was a little sort of, I don't know, I was a little critical of some of the sneakers that they were putting out. Remember in the beginning, they kind of just like put tape on like an Air Force One.
The Gobstoppers.
The Gobstoppers I thought were kind of cool, where they kind of shaved down. And
you just like Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, I just love Fallon. That's my guy. Love Jimmy Fallon.
Come on the pod, Jimmy.
Yeah. And so this is kind of what I expect from MSCHF. Like bold, zany, like insane statement things that like are less for like wearableness and more for just like craziness.
Yeah.
And getting people talking and sort of like, yeah, no one would actually make if it wasn't for MSCHF. Like Nike's not doing this. Like even giant fashion houses, like maybe they would do something crazy like this for a runway. But it feels like they're kind of like they're like the concept car of sneakers. I think this is cool. Like I think they look cool. I think when people are wearing them, they look like cartoon characters.
I'd love to walk around and just make a bunch of footprints in these.
They look fun to wear.
Yeah, they do.
I think they're pretty funny, and I'm surprised no one wore them to the Grammys.
Were they out for the Grammys?
I mean, they came out like the day after. The Grammys were Sunday. These are within the last 3 days. So I feel like it was something that like would make sense at the Grammys.
Yeah, I mean, Harry Styles should have wore them. He'd look a lot cooler with those big red boots. Maybe take some attention away from that awful one piece he wore in the beginning.
No Harry Styles slander will be accepted on this podcast.
I'm just slandering his fashion.
He looks bad. Or looked bad. But yeah, I thought these sneakers like made sense. For that cultural moment. The Grammys are sort of a fashion moment for people to wear crazy things. So a little surprised that they didn't get someone to wear them. But yeah, I also like what they said about the sneakers. They said if you kick someone in these boots, they go boing.
Boots go boing.
Boots go boing. You never design shoes to be shaped like feet. Big red boots are really not shaped like feet, but they are extremely shaped like boots.
Boots.
Yeah.
Big
Kevin?
red boots go boing. How much do these run?
Good question, Kevin. They are going to be available on February 16th at 11 a.m. And I believe they go for $350.
Incredibly reasonable for a very usable shoe that you can wear daily.
You could wear every single day. Your friends will totally not, make fun of you, or you'll definitely want to be seen with these.
Yeah, you can probably drive in them.
Yeah.
Operate heavy machinery.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see a steel toe version of these.
Yeah, I wonder, like, here's a real thought, Kevin. As we get more into metaverse, characters and digital world, do you think we as people will start dressing more like digital cartoon characters? Because I think that's what this is.
I hope not.
Yeah, me neither.
But I guess maybe we will, because they're forcing it down our throats at this point.
Yeah. I'm looking on StockX. You can get a pair for $1,300 for the big red boots.
Easy. Why don't we get some for the stew?
Yeah.
We can put them right behind you.
They would look good on the shelf. But I just think these are silly and stupid, and in a good way.
I like the copy. If you kick somebody in the boots, they go boing. That's awesome. That rules.
Yeah, it is good.
That's all you ever wanted.
Credit to MSCHF. I've said this before, but like the fact that they come out with something new every week.
Have they been coming out with new things every week? Because their website is, maybe a little lacking. I checked yesterday.
Whoa. Are you saying they're abandoning the weekly drop model?
I'm not saying anything. I'm asking a question. But I think it's valid if they are abandoning that, because that's kind of some psycho shit.
It's truly insane. Like to put out stuff at their quality and execution once a week.
Maybe I'm telling them you should maybe take a week or two in between.
Yeah. I mean, because that's the thing. It's like if you are going to do 52 launches a year at this scale, like you're going to have to come out with some mid stuff.
Work-life balance.
Exactly. Speaking of work-life balance, did you see the cologne?
Yeah, the WD40 Cologne.
Yeah.
People want to appear like they work so bad.
Yeah.
Like people want to appear like they do Carhartt shit. And, coming from me, I'm wearing a pair of fucking Carhartt double knees right now. They want to do Carhartt shit so bad.
Yeah.
It's just so funny.
Yeah.
I mean, I at least have some grease on my hands right now.
Damn, Kevin, you're so sick.
I did some Carhartt shit this morning.
It's true. People want to look like they're working hard. And so this is a funny idea where the cologne by MSCHF smells like WD-40, so you can smell like you did some hard work.
Do people wear cologne? I'm asking like for real, because I personally don't.
I wear cologne maybe like once or twice a week. And it's not like a daily thing every day that I put on in the morning, but I'll throw it on for, kind of, if I'm going to see some people and maybe give out some hugs,
I mean, I'm more of like a natural pheromone type guy. I wear some natural deodorant, Schmidt's.
That's
shout out
not working.
No, it definitely is working. Shout out Schmidt's, the only natural deodorant I fuck with. And if it can keep me dry and not smelly, keep you dry and not smelly.
This is quite an ad. You see this?
Yeah.
On YouTube, you should just put up a big fucking ad for Schmidt's.
I'm a heavy sweater.
I respect that. And that cologne keeps you dry.
Yeah.
Wow. What a great cologne, Kevin.
But WD-40 keeps you wet, keeps you lubed up.
I mean, I think it's a funny idea. I think, again, if you're going to do weekly drops, it's hard to come out with heaters. You can't have big red boots every week. So this is a good idea. I think, Kevin, do you think people should dress in a post blue collar stolen valor, right? Carhartt and, looking like you work really hard. Kevin, you're wearing a hat that says work sucks, I'm going skiing. Is that sort of the next wave?
Yes. Anti-work.
Anti-work.
I mean, it's already here.
Anti-work wear?
Yeah.
It's like kind of like Andy Reid, you just wear like a like a Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah, Hawaiian shirt and sweatpants. I'm excited for that. I mean, that'll be sick.
Yeah. You just look like you're on vacation all the time.
It's my like grade school dream to wear a fucking comfy shirt and sweatpants every day.
That's very funny. The other day I said Kevin looked like a kid who drank a lot of fruit punch and it got on his mouth as a kid. And I'd like to formally on the podcast say, I'm sorry, Kevin, that's not nice of me to say.
I mean, it probably did. Any child who drinks red Gatorade,
Yeah.
It's inevitable, especially if you're playing sports and you're going hard and you're just like, get a cup and you knock it back. Like, a little bit's going to get in your face and you wipe it off and you get back out there and you start playing.
Yeah. Speaking of going hard, Kevin, our next topic, penis-shaped lipstick. Kevin, is that a lipstick in your pocket or are you just happy to see me? Apparently, so this is from a makeup brand called Asamaya Beauty. It is a new lipstick that got a not safe for work makeover, and that's because it comes in a penis-shaped tube.
This is my fucking Super Bowl. I'm just going to say it now. I am so excited for this topic. I found it yesterday and it just made my week. And, the intersection of, design and penis packaging, that's my fucking Super Bowl. So
yeah,
I'm excited to get into this.
It is very intentionally shaped like a phallus, a cheeky take on sexual innuendos that beauty brands have employed for decades. The idea came to the founder in a dream, and it is made of zinc alloy, and the tubes weigh in at approximately 10 ounces each, about 3 times the average lipstick weight.
What's the measurement on these? Do you know how long they are?
I don't see quite a size here in terms of it stands pretty tall. But it does look travel sized.
Yeah, I mean it looks a little small.
Yeah, you could put this penis in your pocket, I think is
okay, well that's cool.
So, Kevin, this is your Super Bowl. This is the package you've been waiting for?
Yeah, this is package design at its finest.
This does feel mischiefy, I will say. This kind of feels like the mischief effect, right? Where if you make something that is provocative and gets the people going and maybe is a little bit phallic, it gets people talking, and it's going to show up on far more news sites.
I just think this was probably a pretty hard concept for a lipstick to sell in, to the client.
You just want to know the backstory. Actually, there is a backstory here. It says, "I wish I could screenshot the conversations between myself and the design team. At some point, quote, it became totally normal to discuss the proportions in graphic detail. We were able to have a good laugh along the way."
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying this forever. Like, let's normalize, let's normalize talking about dicks.
To be honest, I don't know why, but like for me, it doesn't seem that controversial. I can't believe no one had done this before. It seems so obvious.
The balls on this fucking design team. Massive.
Mm-hmm. I do really also love the art direction for the photography. Really smart, really fun, really graphic, bold. And I mean, fashion should shock people. I think that's the thing. It's like, I don't see a ton of that in beauty. I think beauty kind of typically plays things fairly safe.
I really want to see some more fashion brands push the envelope like this.
It's kind of a keepsake, kind of a collectible. And I think if you show up at a party or you show up at brunch and you pull this thing out of your bag, you're going to start a conversation.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be pretty vain to use this lipstick.
Wow. Kevin, how many more of these you got?
I got a whole page full.
Do you want to just fire them all off now? Because we probably should move on.
Yeah, this is a schlong time coming.
Terrible.
At first, I thought this was an Alexander Wang collab. I mean, I think these customers might be getting a little shafted as the actual lipstick component of this package looks a bit thin.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What is this, Iron Man's dick?
Okay, Kevin, I'm going to move on.
The last thought is, with the package, I mean, it's a little like curvy.
That's the best one. That's what you got?
It seems a little crooked. I'm worried that like applying it might be a little tough since it's a little cockeyed.
God, Kevin, these last ones are bad.
No, they're good.
Well, guess what? I know what I'm getting you for Christmas, Kevin. Speaking of things that come in the shape of wieners, Oscar Mayer is looking for Wienermobile drivers. Kevin, this story comes from the Chicago Sun-Times. in its business section. So the Oscar Mayer, sort of Wienermobile is incredibly famous, an iconic branded car.
The most iconic branded vehicle around.
Yeah, I can't think of any other brands that have iconic cars other than Batman.
I think last time we talked about this, we were like, oh, we should look up other branded cars, but we didn't.
More brands should have cars that look like their products.
Yeah, next time.
Actually, Adidas did the Kanye slides as cars. That was kind of sick. I think, that always gets the people going. Looked like Dumb and Dumber, kind of like the dog van.
You ever hear of Toyota? They do that same thing.
What?
They make cars in the shape of the products.
Yeah, but their product is a car. Kevin, don't go here. So basically, the position is called a Hotdogger. And so this is a actual job posting. And so I guess you're going to have to drive about 20,000 miles a year to 200 events across 20 states. And that's no small feat.
If you're into that sort of thing, it'd be cool. I mean, probably a good way to see America.
Yeah. They're saying that less than 1% of candidates out of 2,000 applicants be chosen. And yeah, they're planning on hiring 12 Hotdoggers. And so you get the sort of job title to be the Wienermobile spokesperson and driver.
Yeah, so it's like a 1-year position. The funniest thing of the story is they posted the salary, $35,600 a year.
Oof.
But you get $150 a week for meals, and all of your hotels are comped.
Okay, so as you're driving around, you get to stay in...
You get to stay at the Super 8 motel for free.
I was going to say, probably not great hotels.
Oh, yeah, definitely not. I mean, you're not staying at the fucking Ritz-Carlton.
Yeah, you get healthcare and 18 paid days off.
Well, that's more than us.
That's not true. We definitely do more than 18 paid days off.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah, that is not a great job.
Yeah, not a great salary, to be honest. And the fact that it's like, oh, this is so prestigious.
Yeah.
It's a touchstone of our brand.
Yeah.
It's an important position. It's like it's going to be selected very rigorously. And then you only get $35,000 a year. Like, that's some dog shit. Like, after taxes, that's like nothing.
Yeah, you're literally, you're eating hot dogs for dinner.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Ed Rowland, senior manager for brand communications for Oscar Mayer, called the job extremely important. Quote, from traveling to events across the U.S. to regularly speaking with customers and media on behalf of the brand. So you have to be a spokesperson too. You can't just drive the car. You have to be like an Oscar Mayer.
Yeah, we met
ambassador.
some of them. Remember at How Design Live, we met some of the Hotdoggers?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. And they were sort of hot dog enthusiasts.
They seemed like they had been on the road for a while.
Hotdoggers operate as a marketing firm on wheels. Sheesh. Providing invaluable experience to recent graduates while continuing our mission of uniting millions around a love of meat.
To be honest, if you factor in all of the drive time and all of the time they're at these events, I wonder what it comes out to, because I would guess that this might be like under minimum wage.
It's pretty close. Yeah, no, it's definitely like on the border there. It's very low.
You could probably make more at a grocery store selling Oscar Mayer than driving this car.
Also, everywhere you go, people are going to be looking at you, and you kind of you can't hide. You're in a fucking 30-foot fucking hot dog.
You got to be really extroverted to do this.
I mean, I could understand why people would want this job.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, when I saw this headline, I was like, shit, I might apply. I might throw my hat in the ring.
Yeah.
And I saw the salary. I was like, fuck no.
Yeah. It is a real job. So it is a real job posting. And so I guess this is, I do think they'll find people to do this. But I think if they're going to make this into like a marketing thing, become a hot dogger, it's a prestigious job, and tell the story to press outlets and things like that, you probably should up your salaries, Oscar Mayer.
I mean, read the room.
No one wants to work.
Yeah, nobody wants to work in the first place.
Period.
And then cost of living's going up, inflation, yada yada yada.
Yeah,
$35K is nothing.
This is Kraft. Kraft owns Oscar Mayer Wiener.
The pockets are fucking deep.
Yeah. So how much does Kraft, the Kraft Heinz company, make in money? They have 38,000 employees. Yeah, $25 billion.
Oh yeah, I mean. They're scraping the barrel to come up with that $35K for the Hotdoggers.
Yeah. And how many of them are there? There's 10 of them?
12.
12?
A 12-pack.
Shame on you, Oscar Mayer. Do better. If this role was, quote, extremely important, you can pay a little bit more.
Let's start by doubling.
I was going to say double that shit. And maybe start from there.
That seems reasonable.
Because A, you have to fucking drive. B, you have to be an ambassador. C, they're calling you a marketing firm on wheels. What? You got to be out there, ambassador for this hot dog company. And I'm going to be honest, you look like a fool. After the first 2 weeks of driving this thing, that sort of enjoyment, I think, or that sort of novelty of driving around in a giant hot dog is going to fade fast.
I mean, not if you really love that brand.
It is kind of sick though. The car, like I'm looking at it right now, like it's pretty well designed.
Dude, we
truck.
were in there. We were in the hot dog mobile.
I know, but I didn't appreciate it, I guess.
I mean, it was the morning, and I don't know if you had your coffee yet.
That's fair. I was just kind of tired, I guess. But also, I don't really like Oscar Mayer's not my hot dog brand. Shout out to Nathan's.
Yeah,
like,
Nathan's is good.
I have no affinity for Oscar Mayer. So like the idea of driving around a giant hot dog shaped car doesn't mean anything. But I'm sure there are people out there that like that's their childhood favorite.
I think they need a bologna bus.
They should. Yeah, they should. Why stop at just hot dogs? Like obviously Oscar Mayer makes so many products. You're right.
They need a whole fleet of vehicles.
Kevin, this is a great idea. This is an actually great idea.
Maybe they'll pay me like $10 an hour to be a be a designer there.
Yeah.
to be a consultant.
Yes, and like you got a hot dog Wienermobile truck. Like what else? Where's the bologna bus?
Yeah, where's the bologna bus? Let us know.
And if you still have an idea, we're coming after you, Oscar Mayer, for that $26 billion. You know, this is an original front center idea.
Yeah, for that idea, we're gonna need at least 1 year's salary of the hot dogger.
Yeah. We'll take $36,000, please. Yeah, thank you.
35,600.
Cool. Next story comes to the Die Line, the world's greatest package design resource. Award show coming down to the final deadlines.
Yeah, get those apps in.
Get those applications in. Fun fact, we still have not sent in ours, so we'll be paying the most amount of money.
Awesome.
Yeah, for the extreme procrastinators.
Well, it's just because we love the Die Line so much, we just want to give them money.
That's true. We want to give them the most amount of money for their service.
We want to support them.
Yeah, because of all the amazing work that they do. How could we ever repay them? Kevin, remember Co-Creations?
Oh, I love Co-Creations. 2022 Fronty of the Year for Good Job You Tried Award.
Oh, yeah. Who could forget? A classic moment.
And hey, props to them.
Yeah.
2023, they're out here trying again.
Oh, they're back. They're trying once more. I remember you saying that they were taking a little bit of break from these things. Because they were coming at a kind of a fast clip last year. Was last year the year with Starlight and all that stuff?
Yeah,
or was that 2 years ago?
That was last year.
Damn, wow. So they have done a lot. They did the Starlight. They did the Dream World. They did Pixel. They did Marshmallow. They had some hits in there.
Yeah.
And so they're back, and they have a new can coming February 10th, so that's this week. And it is, kind of a little bit of that mysterious vibe. It's called Move, and it's transformation flavored.
Wow.
So that's intriguing. And it is a collaboration with Spanish musical artist Rosalia, who I'm a fan of.
Yeah, she can do no wrong in my eyes.
Yeah, Rosalia is the best.
I'm gonna call this shot out here.
Yeah,
I love Rosalia.
Yes,
but this might be the worst thing she's ever gonna do in her career, and it's not gonna be any fault of her own.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. Not that this is gonna be the worst thing in the world. I'm sure she'll do probably like things with companies that are probably worse than this. Like doing a Coke collab isn't like the craziest awful thing, but I do think Rosalia is known as like a really interesting artist, like pushing boundaries of the world of art and music and live shows, and she pushes boundaries. And I don't think this is doing that. I think this is like kind of expected. The can kind of has like a hand-drawn elements, and half the can is pink and the other half is black and white.
It's called a transformation, Alex.
Oh God, I didn't get it. So one side is hand-drawn and then the other side is fully formed. That's a transformation.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you for explaining that. To be honest, I didn't get it.
It tastes like a transformation.
So but it's transforming from right to left. Don't you think the transformation should happen from left to right?
I don't know.
Yeah. I think also like it's not clear the transformation thing is happening. Like the middle area for where the transformation is kind of going from sketch to non-sketched, I think this idea could be executed a little bit better.
Where do you think you're going to transform?
I think I'm going to turn into Rosalia.
Yeah?
I'm going to start speaking Spanish.
I mean, shit, I would love to transform into Rosalia.
Same. Yeah. So that's what this flavor tastes like. And so I think we also predicted this last year that they were going to run out of like design tropes, because they're all trying to be this like kind of new, more, sort of modern, funky design aesthetic. So they have like the pixel one, the metaversey one, the space one. And this one kind of is, I guess this is the hand-drawn one. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the marshmallow one, which was also white and outlined. This isn't piquing my interest quite as much.
It's not wet in your beak?
No, I mean, listen, I've been very favorable in terms of my love for the Coke Creations projects. I think it's cool that Coke is doing forward-thinking out there kind of launches like this. And I think it's interesting that they're now bringing sort of famous people into it.
Yeah.
It does feel mischiefy. Like I'll say that again. Like Mischief's influence is here as well. Like it's there in the beauty space. Here it is in the beverage space. Like doing launches and drops and doing things that are sort of like with partners in the sort of entertainment world. It does feel like this is something Mischief would do, but just not good.
Yeah, I was gonna say that calling them adjacent to Mischief is maybe a step too far, maybe a couple steps too far.
I said that Coke Creations is the Mischief of beverage in like last year.
Yeah, but like I think you could admit where you're wrong, and you don't have to live and die by that take you made last year.
No, I stand by my takes. No matter whether
you're gonna stand by that. You're gonna stand by that take.
I'm gonna go down on the Titanic with this take.
All right. Well, that's your prerogative.
Well, I think again, it gives credit to Mischief that it's hard to put out these things at this rate and make them all great. And I think Coke Creations came out hot with Starlight. I thought that was like particularly maybe the best one that they've done so far. And I think it's been a slow sort of slope down to where we're at here, which is transformation with Rosalia, which is sad because it's like, I think with Rosalia, this should be the best one.
Yeah, I think she deserves an actual Coke campaign. She's a big artist. She deserves like a massive campaign with Coke.
I think, Kevin, you will probably see that because I don't think Coke does a deal with someone as big and influential as Rosalia and just, sort of delegates and relegates them to sort of just Coke Creations. Like I think you'll see probably a commercial or some, more activation. Like also Coke, they'll probably put her on maybe potentially multiple brands. So you'll see her doing Coke or maybe some Sprite stuff or
maybe some Powerade stuff.
Powerade stuff. I mean, listen, that would be cool as shit. Probably not because Coke doesn't really care that much about Powerade.
It'd be cool for this flavor, and which may or may not happen. I will actually, give them their flowers if this is the case. If it's some sort of like now and later, tastes like one thing at first and then, transforms on your palate. I think that would be cool, but am I at all hopeful that that's going to be the case? Absolutely not.
That would be pretty remarkable, and I doubt that they're going to do that because if they did, they probably would talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably going to taste like orange or something, or like cream. Or
I would like to try it. Yeah, I mean, listen, all these things I'm down to try. I don't understand why there has to be a sort of shareable digital metaverse thing. Is that also part of this? Unlock the next version of yourself. Get ready to watch how your unique personality transforms into your own shareable digital meta version. What?
It's unclear, but the use of transform makes me believe that it's connected. The Coca-Cola Creations website is a little bit unclear about if these two are connected, but I would say that they probably are.
Unlock the next version of yourself?
Yeah. In the metaverse, baby.
Get ready to see how your unique personality transforms into your own shareable digital meta version. Sorry, no.
I thought we were done with this shit.
I thought so too, but I think Oreo last week, right? We were talking about that. I think these brands just started doing metaverse stuff like 8-10 months ago when everyone was talking about it. And then like it takes them 8 to 10 months to get the stuff into the world. And now they're like, metaverse. And they're like, ooh, I don't know.
Oh, to be fucking massive.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. I guess it's hard to be...
No, I'm sure it is.
It's hard to be a giant company and do these kind of things. Speaking of which, Hellman's is ready for the Super Bowl, and they have a pre-Super Bowl commercial that's getting some love on the internet. And you ready for this, Kevin? It has John Hamm and Brie Larson. Do you get it, Kevin?
Yeah.
That's
wow.
John Hamm and Brie Larson.
Ham and Brie, yeah.
And so that is Ham and Brie. Get it like a sandwich.
Yeah, like a sandwich.
And then like a sandwich, you put mayo on.
I like sandwiches.
Hellman's makes mayo. You're starting to pick this up.
Yeah, I'm picking it up. I'm picking it up.
And so this commercial features also Pete Davidson. And so John Hamm and Brie Larson are inside of a fridge. Because
they're in the fridge because they're Ham and Brie, right? And that's you keep Ham and Brie in the fridge.
Yeah.
Do you understand that?
Yeah, no, Kevin.
Are you tracking?
No, I'm tracking. The question is, are you tracking?
Yeah, no, I'm tracking too.
Yeah. John Hamm and Brie Larson. Ham and Brie.
So this is a pre-Super Bowl commercial?
I don't know if this is a pre-Super Bowl or will be an actual Super Bowl commercial, but you know how it's what are we, 5 days away? A lot of times these commercials just come out because they want people to see them before the commercial.
Nobody fucking cares. I miss the old days where you just saw the commercials when you saw the commercials. Some of them sucked. Some of them were great. I don't want to see them a week before. I don't want to see them 2 weeks before. I was seeing this shit like fucking like 3-4 weeks ago when the playoffs started. They were teasing the Super Bowl commercials.
Really?
Stop teasing these fucking commercials. Like, there's no mystery. It's not our problem that you spent way too much money making this damn Super Bowl campaign and you had to pay all these motherfuckers. Keep it to yourself and just reveal it on the big game. Like, don't tease it. Stop doing this. Nobody gives a fuck. The only people who give a fuck are reading Ad Week, and like,
that's us.
I'm not reading Ad Week. I literally look at the headlines.
Speak for yourself.
And there's like 1 or 2 things maybe I'll click on and watch the video. Nobody fucking cares about your pre-Super Bowl commercial. Stop it.
Shots fired to Ad Week and shots fired to everyone that makes Super Bowl commercials.
Sorry.
No, I agree with you.
No offense. I like Ad Week. I do. I read Ad Week.
I think
maybe I'll edit some of that out.
No, it's fair to say you look for stories and you find maybe 1 or 2 of them a week, and we talk about maybe 1 of them a week from Ad Week potentially, but I feel like not even. I think you're right though. Like, it is kind of takes the mystery and the fun out of Super Bowl when you've seen the commercial before. I think you also hit the nail on the head where it's like you're spending a lot of money, first and foremost, to get all these stars. You're spending a lot of money to make this commercial, and then you're spending a lot of money to put this commercial in the game. So you want people to see it, and I guess the thought is like if you put it out like a week before, you'll get the sort of like pre-press of like, Hellman's Super Bowl commercial is coming, and then maybe you'll get the sort of like, you know, the game day moment, and then potentially you'll get like after the show. But like, you know, there are a lot of brands doing a lot of creative stuff, so it's like it does kind of get lost in the game. Obviously, there's also a football game happening, so it's like people care about the commercials, but you are still competing with like 40, 50 other brands. And so,
yeah, and the greatest fucking sport to ever be played.
My beef is on a much different level. So ready, Kevin?
Beef? I'm sorry, this is ham.
Okay. That's where my beef is that ham and brie, like I get the concept, right? I could picture someone in a room being like, okay, here's the idea. We're Mayo, and so we're going to get John Hamm and Brie Larson, like a brie and ham sandwich. My beef here is that if you had a brie and ham sandwich, I don't think you would put mayo on that.
I watched the commercial.
Okay.
Unlike some of us in this room.
I watched the commercial.
If you'll see the commercial, Pete Davidson says, "I'm going to eat you guys." And then he makes a ham and brie sandwich and puts mayo on the outside for the panini press. Which I think it's partially valid because you can lather the outside of the bread up for the panini press with mayo because it's like oil based.
Okay.
And it does a good job. People use it on like grilled cheese and everything.
I have heard that from Bon Appetit. That's the right thing to do.
I'm sure a ham and brie panini would be good, but like I feel like you need ham and brie on a goddamn baguette. Like if we're splitting hairs here, if we're going down to the details, I think you eat it on a baguette. And also, if you look at the prop styling, they've got like a tray of fucking subs there. It's like if you have if you're having a party and you have a bunch of subs there, you're not going into the fridge to make ham and brie.
No,
it just doesn't make sense.
No, you're not making a panini at a Super Bowl party. That doesn't make sense. I was thinking that the mayo goes on the sandwich.
They may have double side slathered it. I think
if I'm going to have to watch the tape again, but I do think they put mayo on the actual sandwich because I think they're implying that this is a sandwich that makes mayo and not just goes on the outside. Even though I do think you're right, though, it is an interesting position as mayo to say put it on your bread before you put it in the toaster because that is actually very good sort of panini advice.
And their entire campaign is like Hellman's brings leftovers to life. And ham and brie is not leftover. That's you have in your fridge. That's
yeah.
You don't have leftover ham and brie.
That's a pretty bougie sandwich. I think if I was going to make one of those sandwiches, I'd put like a little apricot jam potentially on there.
Maybe a couple slices of apple.
Yeah, maybe
some nice fucking butter.
Yeah, some Dijon mustard maybe potentially.
A little mustard, yeah.
I think to be honest, this sandwich is too fancy for Hellman's.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're outkicking their coverage here. I
agree.
I think they're just trying to make this work because they got John Hamm and Brie Larson, and they couldn't give that up. You ready for this thought, Kevin? Should have gotten Kevin Bacon.
Oh, damn.
Boo! That's good podcasting.
And John Lettuce. And Bobby Tomatoes.
Totally. Yeah. But they got Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
What does he have anything to do with this?
He's cool, and he shaved his head, so now he's like cooler.
I mean, listen, respect to Pete Davidson.
He's straight edge now.
Just get those bags. Like Taco Bell, Smart Water, Hellman's, like get all the bags. Just do all the commercials. No one's like, damn, Pete Davidson sold out. It's like, no, Pete Davidson is getting those dollars while he can.
I'd like to add a note to the Rosalia story.
Yeah.
You too, also, Rosalie, get that fucking bag. Take Coke for everything they got. So, and good for you for getting the collab.
Yeah.
And I hope it's good.
Yeah. So that's the show today. Lots of interesting stuff. Next weekend is Super Bowl, or this weekend is Super Bowl Sunday. So we'll come back with our reports from the show. Also, Valentine's Day is coming, and I may bring my my Valentine's Day boo on the program. We'll see you then.
All right, great.
Thanks for watching the YouTubes.